Welcome to Terrifying Tales, where the shadows come alive and the night whispers its darkest secrets. Here we delve into the eerie, unsettling, and the spine-chilling stories that haunt your dreams. From ancient curses to haunted houses, twisted legends to unexplained phenomena, we bring you the stories that send shivers down your spine and leave you questioning what lurks just beyond the edge of the light. Whether you're a fan of the supernatural or simply love a good scare, this is the place where your fears are brought to life. In the heart of a secluded Thai village, surrounded by dense forests and rolling hills, there was a tale that had been told for generations. A tale of love, betrayal, and a witch's vengeful wrath. This is the story of Mae Nak, powerful sorceress, and her tragic love affair with a man named Thongchai. Many years ago, Mae Nak was not yet a witch. She was a beautiful and kind-hearted young woman, known for her grace and charm. Her beauty captivated many suitors, but her heart belonged to one man, Thongchai. He was a handsome and charismatic figure who could easily win anyone's heart with his smile and his words. Mae Nak and Thongchai were deeply in love, and their bond was the talk of the village. They were inseparable, spending every moment they could together, dreaming of a future filled with happiness and children. Thongchai promised Mae Nak that he would love her forever, that nothing would ever come between them. But as time passed, Thongchai's love for Mae Nak began to wane. The allure of the city and the promise of wealth and adventure pulled at him. Mae Nak, sensing the change in Thongchai's heart, confronted him, but he assured her that his love was true. One day, Thongchai left the village, claiming he was going to find work in the city to build a better life for them. Mae Nak waited faithfully, counting the days until his return. Weeks turned into months, and still, Thongchai did not come back. Her heart ached with longing, but she continued to believe in his promises. Unbeknownst to Mae Nak, Thongchai had met another woman in the city, a wealthy merchant's daughter named Suda. The allure of wealth and a life of luxury were too much for him to resist. He married Suda, abandoning Mae Nak without a word. News of Thongchai's betrayal eventually reached Mae Nak. Pain of his treachery shattered her heart, and her sorrow turned into anger, and then into something darker, hatred. In her despair, she turned to the dark arts, seeking to learn the ways of black magic to exact her revenge. Mae Nak sought out an old hermit who lived deep in the forest, a man rumored to be a powerful sorcerer. She begged him to teach her the dark arts, to give her the power to make Thongchai pay for his betrayal. The hermit warned her of the dangers, telling her that the path she was choosing would cost her dearly, but Mae Nak's heart was too consumed by hatred to heed his warning. Under the hermit's tutelage, Mae Nak became a powerful witch. She learned to control the elements, cast spells that could bend the will of others, and to curse those who wronged her. Her once gentle heart had turned cold, and her soul was now bound to the dark forces she had embraced. With her newfound powers, Mae Nak returned to the village, but she was no longer the woman the villagers had known. Her eyes, once filled with warmth and love, were now cold and merciless. Her beauty remained, but it was a beauty that now hid a sinister darkness. Mae Nak's first act of revenge was to summon Thongchai back to the village. Using her magic, she cast a spell that would draw him to her, a compulsion he could not resist. Thongchai, now living a life of luxury with Suda, suddenly found himself overwhelmed with an urge to return to his old village. Try as he might, he could not fight the pull, and he left his new life behind to seek out Mae Nak. When Thongchai arrived at the village, he was shocked to see Mae Nak standing before him, as beautiful as ever. But there was something different about it, something that made his blood run cold. Mae Nak welcomed him with open arms, acting as though nothing had changed, as though she were still the loving woman he had left behind. But as the days passed, strange things began to happen. Thongchai started to see disturbing visions, shadows moving in the corners of his eyes, whispers that seemed to come from nowhere. And at night, he was plagued by nightmares of Mae Nak's cold, dead eyes staring into his soul. Mae Nak, using her dark powers, began to torment Thongchai, driving him to the brink of madness. She wanted him to suffer, as she had suffered, feel the same pain and betrayal that had destroyed her. Thongchai, once confident and proud, was reduced to a terrified shell of a man, haunted by the ghost of the woman he had wronged. As Thongchai's torment continued, he begged Mae Nak for forgiveness, but her heart was too hardened by hate. She told him that forgiveness was no longer possible, that his betrayal had sealed his fate. She revealed the full extent of her powers to him, showing him the dark forces she had mastered, and Thongchai realized that he was at the mercy of a witch. In a final act of vengeance, Mae Nak cast a spell on Thongchai that would bind his soul to her forever. He would never find peace, even in death. His spirit would be trapped, forced to serve Mae Nak for all eternity, a slave to the very woman he had betrayed. Thongchai's screams echoed through the village as the spell took hold, and then there was silence. The villagers, too afraid to intervene, whispered of the witch who had claimed the soul of her lover, of the curse that would bind them together, all time. Mae Nak, now fully consumed by darkness, left the village. She became a wandering witch, feared and respected by all who knew of her. Her story spread across the land, a cautionary tale of love and betrayal, of a woman who had sacrificed everything for revenge. Some say that Mae Nak still roams the forests, her spirit bound to the earth by the dark magic she wielded. They say that on certain nights, when the moon is full, you can hear the wails of Thongchai, forever trapped in his torment, and the cold, cruel laughter of the witch who claimed his soul. The villagers, to this day, leave offerings at the edge of the forest, hoping to appease Mae Nak's spirit and keep her wrath at bay. They tell their children the story of Mae Nak, warning them of the dangers of betraying those they love, for fear that the witch's curse may one day fall upon them too. And so, the legend of Mae Nak endures, a chilling reminder of the price of broken promises and the power of a woman's wrath.
Thank you for joining us on this chilling journey into the unknown. If our tales sent shivers down your spine, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe to Terrifying Tales for more stories that will haunt your nights. Don't forget to ring the bells so you never miss a new tale of terror. Have a story you want us to explore? Drop it in the comments below. We're always on the hunt for the next haunting tale.